Hi, and welcome to Creating Designs. I'm Janice Engle. My son is getting married, and it's a great honor to me that my future daughter-in-law has asked me to make her engagement cake. So today I have with me my mother, Betty Grantham, who's going to show us how to frost the cake. So, Mom, do you want to take it away?
43 years ago, a very talented woman taught me cake decorating with the idea that I share that talent. I have never received any money, so I'm not really a professional. I've done many, many wedding cakes for people, and it's my gift to them.
Okay, so to begin with, we have already baked these cakes. This is a 16-inch, this is the bottom layer. And this takes 2 cubes of softened butter. And do we want to mix the butter first, Mom, before you put in the powdered sugar? No? Okay. A little bit of vanilla. And just a couple of drops of almond extract to give it that zing. And then a 2-pound bag of
Powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar.
And she used clear vanilla, which makes it whiter. And as soon as it's pretty well mixed, then you turn it on high for a few minutes.
How's that? Oops.
Ordinarily, we make a very thin coating over the cake, and it's called a crumb topping. But she's going to be using fondant, so we'll do this instead.
Now, this is going to be a tricky part. We have to put the second layer on top of here.
I know, it is tricky.
Here's that parchment paper.
I'll hold it.
Okay, guide it to...
Now we frost it some more.
Okay, so we need more frosting.
One time I left the parchment paper on and they thought they were eating coconut.
Oh no, well we're not leaving parchment paper on. Looks like that's it, huh?
Mm-hmm, that's it.
Okay, so now let's do the next layer, the chocolate layer.
Okay.
For my center of my chocolate cakes, I'm starting with 2 cups of chocolate chips and about 2 tablespoons of butter. Then I'm going to add this chocolate. It's cocoa hazelnut, and it softens it a little bit. And I'm going to add just about a half a jar of this. Then I'm going to stick this in the microwave for a little bit to soften the chocolate chips. Start by putting it on for 30 seconds. We'll stir it a little bit. If it's not melted enough, then we'll put it on for another 30 seconds. The reason we do this 30 seconds at a time in the microwave is because it will burn if you do it too much. So I do it 30 seconds at a time, and then maybe 10 seconds at a time if it's not melted enough. Okay, we've put our chocolate center in between these 2 layers. This is the second tier of the cake. And we're still going to use our buttercream frosting.
We are.
So all 3 layers are ready.
Tiers.
For the, all 3 tiers are ready for the fondant.
Okay.
So, thanks for helping me.
Okay.
Now, the bride just so happens to be my future daughter-in-law, and her favorite dessert is cheesecake. So I'm going to make a cheesecake in here. This is going to be all a surprise to her. So to begin with, let's take our graham crackers and put them in our food processor. First, I'm going to put some in my shell because this is going to be the cheesecake topper for the engagement cake. So I just want to take and press this in. I feel a little honored that she would even ask me. Love this idea. And then plus she gets to have her favorite dessert. Just think she's going to be so surprised. We want 4 eggs, and we want just the egg whites, and we want to beat them until they're stiff. And egg number 4. Okay, I can clean that up, but in the meantime, let me get another egg. Okay, now we're going to add our cream cheese, and this has already been softened. Okay, now we're going to add our teaspoon of vanilla. Actually, I'm going to pour it into my shell first because I want to make sure I get a good amount in here. Now this one, we want to bake this for about 50. Looks like we're ready to put it on the cake. So here we go. Now the hard part is to get this, but look at how smooth that is. Now you'll see this is the 16-inch cake, so it's really hard to get the fondant to go to the bottom. I probably could have, but I don't have to worry about this because I'm going to put a ribbon around the bottom. And the ribbon is made of white chocolate fondant. Decorating is the fun part. Oops, except for when you're not careful and it breaks. But isn't that pretty? These are the seashells that are embossed on it. Put our fondant on, we put our fondant ribbon on. Now the next thing is we're going to stack the cakes and finish decorating them. So then we're going to just set that on top there.
Hi. Thanks for having me here today, Janice.
Well, thanks for helping. So, okay.
Well,
this is for my son and her daughter. This is the engagement cake. So
I think we should start with the largest first.
The largest? Okay.
And I
have some here as well.
So let's just start placing. Here, let's do maybe here, and we want to keep them at odds. So we get to glue these on.
So, whoops. So we're going to glue these on. Here, let me get some of that icing off.
She just wants to eat the icing.
Well, I want to thank you for helping me with the finishing of this cake.
Well, it's my pleasure, Janice. And thank you for having me here today.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you, you too.